All right, so the big question, who is this for and would I recommend it? So what if there's a way to run Facebook ads to promote your music on a kind of easy mode? Because I have a feeling that some of you might feel like this every time you open up Facebook Ad Manager.
Looking at that Facebook ads interface is like trying to understand how the matrix works. Like, it is just so freaking confusing.
And I actually know for a fact that a good amount of people feel this way because I get tons of like emails and DMs being like, I really just don't want to do this. Like, I just want to make music. And that's where this particular service I'm going to show you comes into play. Now, the service itself is something called ToneDen. And you might have heard of them before because they have a download, gate, and landing page type of service that's totally free. There are paid perks if you want to go down that route, but they offer free versions as well. And you can actually embed pixels on the landing page if you don't want to pay for Hyped It Pro. I haven't tested out that side of it, but you can embed a pixel, and it should work. So it's a feasible option. Now, their playbooks, as they call them, are basically kind of like little apps that integrate with your Facebook ad account. So you give it some information like your artist profile, some related artists or target artists, and it just goes in Facebook and it just makes the ad for you. It manages the campaign and it reports your results on like a Spotify basis. So it pumps out results on like a, this is how much you paid per follower on Spotify instead of like this is how much you paid per conversion, because it integrates with your Spotify and it integrates with Facebook ads. So it can kind of correlate that data set. And this definitely isn't for everyone. For example, for me, I like going in Facebook ads because I know what I'm doing. And in fact, the way they set up this campaign, let me switch back to my full camera, is that they're essentially doing what I already do. They're running Instagram story ads, 15-second clips, multiple different types of ads, with doing a conversion event page and then sending people to Spotify. That's pretty much exactly what I do. Now, an advantage they have is that if you saw one of my previous videos, I send people to a landing page so that I can pixel them. Since ToneDen is the direct Facebook app, they're kind of like approved by Facebook to do automatic redirects. And that's kind of a huge advantage because there's usually a 50% loss associated with sending someone to a landing page just so you can get that pixel data and kind of like improve the quality of people that go to your Spotify. With ToneDen, it pixels them on the way and it just automatically redirects them. And I actually messaged Facebook support and said, like, this is the ad. Can you tell me if it has any problems? And they looked at the link and I said, it's not a problem that automatically redirects to Spotify. And they're like, no, it's all good. So, because someone warned me that could be an issue. And I talked to people and basically it's because they're an integrated app service. So that's how that side works. So I just want to put this out there that this isn't a sponsored video and there's no affiliate link, but they did give me a 1-year trial to their pro plan that also includes a Spotify growth for artists. So just, keep that in mind. I don't have any need to say anything good or bad, but I did get a 1-year free trial. So just to be fully transparent. But now let's look at the actual ads that I ran to test. So I ran 2 tests and this data is a little skewed because I was running other promotions at the same time. I was trying to set it up where I could turn off my regular Facebook campaigns and then do this and have a true A/B test, but my regular campaign was doing so well, I just could not get myself to turn it off because it was just doing too well. But this is my small test campaign. This was a $5 a day campaign. I always do this. You got to click right here. And 12 cents a follower. Now in reality, it's probably more like 24 cents per follower because I had another promotion going at the same time. But I got 300 followers over the course of 7 days, which is pretty fantastic. Keep in mind there were other promotions going on. And then I run a larger one that's actually still going, and this has gotten me $4.29. And there's some overlap with the other one, but moral of the story, for relatively cheap, like between 10 cents and $1 per follower, is kind of the results you can expect. In fact, you'll probably see this kind of 40-cent mark depending on the targeting and stuff. So let's set up a campaign so I can show you how it actually works. So basically we go to this Explore Playbooks, click Music, and now we can create an ad campaign optimized to grow my artist following on Spotify. At this point, it imports my Facebook data. There's some setup ahead of time to make that work, but it all just kind of works. I'm just going to select a random start and end time because I'm not actually going to run this campaign. And now I select my artist account and I can start targeting some people. So usually in Facebook ads, you can't target anyone that's on Spotify. And this is kind of like a cool integration that saves time, because I can type in like a Lennium who is not targetable on Facebook ads. And I can click him, and it's going to automatically go into his related artist and dig up whatever it can find right there. And so it only found 2, but in this case I can go and expand this, and I can just type in 7 lines up here, even though it's already down there. And it's going to go and parse through that related artist pool. And then I can do Sound Holo. And it's going to go and find all the related artists to Sound Holo on Spotify. And at this point, it's up to you to kind of vet this and make sure that these all are actually related, but it does save you some time. So they have a little confirmation thing here just to tell you, like, don't just blindly trust what we say. In this case, as a test, I'm just going to blindly trust what it says. Now, at the moment, they don't have the ability to like segregate by regions. They're just doing global, but they're saying it's coming soon, and it sounds like it's going to be great when they actually add it. Now we just add a budget, just like we would on Facebook ads, and at this point, we're just importing our data. So, all I do is I can just add videos, and you can even do an integration where this happens every so often. Oh, there we go. It already has all your videos that are already in Facebook ads. So if you already do Facebook ads, it's kind of like a handy thing where you can reuse videos that already exist, and that's just uploading things. Now at that point, you just click continue, and then what will happen is you go to your Facebook Business Manager and you'll find your ads set up. So now I just want to show you what the campaign actually looks like in Facebook, so I can show you how it is actually what I said it was. Basically, they segregate your audience into 3 different tiers based on countries. Sounds familiar, right? And if I go in here and look, this is tier 1, so we're probably going to find like the United States, United Kingdom, United States, Ireland, Italy, all these countries. And the way they split up these audiences is a little different than I've done, but it's essentially the same method. There's different tiers of audiences, and they put all the different ads inside each ad set, copied across the different tiers, and they don't turn on campaign budget optimization. They manually do it. So they turn off campaign budget integration optimization, and basically the budget is defined at the ad set level. And every day they'll give you a report saying this campaign performed this way with cost per clicks and the click-through ratio, and then they tweak the pricing invested at each pool accordingly, and they give you a nice little report that makes it easy to understand. And just to show you what that report looks like, if I start scrolling down, it shows all the different, just taken out of Facebook. So that way you can pretty much never go in Facebook ads if you didn't want to. And they send you daily emails that has this data in it just to make it easier to track. You don't have to go to ToneDen every single day. All right, so the big question, who is this for and would I recommend it? And I would say it's kind of like a yes recommendation. It totally works. Like it sets up ads in the exact same way that I do, and it gets results at a reasonable cost, and it has some convenience features like the artist lookup tool and the automatic redirects, which is kind of a big perk. And it already has integration with all the ToneDen tools, like if you're doing like a landing page type campaign or you're already using them for landing pages. So that's the plus. Now, the person it's for, it's not for a person who loves learning about Facebook ads and is willing to put in the work to make all that stuff work. And the other reason why it's even for a Facebook ad person, it might not make sense, is because it costs just to get the Spotify growth campaign, it's $50 per month. So unless you're running a couple hundred dollars a month in ads, it's probably not worth it for you because it'll make up a substantial portion of your advertising budget. Now that being said, they also offer like pro plans, and the cost can range from $50 to $150 a month. But if you have the budget to spend on ads, and you're going to go hire someone, this is the cheaper bet. Now, you can't do everything in ToneDen. You can't like sell. I think there's a way to sell things in this, but you can't do all these like crazy funnels and sell things in a unique way. It has predetermined things you can do, and if you know that's what you want to do, instead of hiring someone, you can just do it on ToneDen. And that's kind of the recommendation. Like, it totally works. It's for a certain group of people, and if you fall into that group of people that it's made for, it's kind of a no-brainer. Right, so I hope that cleared things up for you and you kind of like have a good idea of if ToneDen is for you or not. If you want to learn Facebook ads yourself, I have a ton of videos in this playlist right here you can check out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.